What's going on, guys? We're always trying to come up with new video ideas, and we think we have a good one here. This is a game of over-under. We talk about like a popular food or fast food place, restaurant, or like concept. It could be like intermittent fasting, over or underrated, things like that. So we got this video, then we also have another video similar to this one on The Curve. Jointhecurve.com if you guys want to check that out. We do 2 videos a week there and some live streams and stuff. On to the video, over-under. And answer along in the comments below, guys. First one, the big dog. Bulletproof coffee.
Underrated.
I'm gonna also say underrated slightly.
So just a quick couple things. It's delicious. You can play around with the ingredients and change it up every day. For me, it's the one thing I look forward to waking up in the morning. And so it gets me started off like good fats, filling, caffeine. You can't go wrong.
So I guess the people that would say it's overrated mostly say it's just like a source of empty calories. I would say for a lot of people, it is not empty calories because it's actually very filling. You know, gets you through the morning to lunch where you're having your actual food meals. I have just been doing it for like years and years. Even before I was doing keto, I was having bulletproof coffee. I like it. Not everyone does, but for me, it's marginally underrated. Next up is Quest bars, probably the most popular low-carb, keto-friendly bar.
I'm going to say slightly underrated now.
I'm going to say overrated, but the scales are tipping because people are starting to hate on the big dog Quest and everyone's like, these suck. There's so much better options. They're still pretty decent.
Maybe they slightly taste chemical compared to all the other stuff out there, but...
I mean, they're made in a science lab.
They taste really good. Tons of flavors. They are really filling. A lot of fiber, but still really filling. And they are literally at every single store you could think of. Every grocery store, little shops. Quest bars everywhere, so it's convenient.
Yeah, for me, the main drawbacks is going to be the exorbitant amount of fiber in them. They form a brick in your stomach.
You had one recently, you still agree?
I had half of one.
And?
I liked it when I had it.
No brick.
Yeah, no brick.
Brick in your face.
Is that Stitches? Oh, man. Mega loves Stitches, the rapper.
Put a picture of
Brick in your face.
Such a bad song. It's so good.
But overall, yeah, I just like buy different bars than Quest bars. So like another one you'll see at the grocery store a lot is Power Crunch bar, which is more net carbs, but it's 0 grams of fiber or maybe 1 gram of fiber. So for me, it's double the amount of carbs. I prefer that one to Quest bars.
Quest is more filling than Power Crunch. I could say that for a fact. To me.
Next up, Chipotle.
Overrated.
Totally underrated. There is not many places you can go to and get a meal, no vegetable oils, all pretty good ingredients. I think it even says that the cheese is like grass-fed cheese now, non-GMO, like all that good stuff. It's a pretty reliable, cheap, filling, keto-friendly meal for traveling.
You're wrong. I looked up every single meat the other day. Every single meat is cooked in either sunflower oil or rice bran oil.
It is?
Yep, all of them. Not even like everything.
Are you sure?
Yep. We can look it up right now and show you guys on the screen. Rice bran oil or the only one that isn't cooked in rice bran oil, I believe, is chicken. That's why I
get the chicken.
I would prefer steak, but I get the chicken because I don't want the rice bran oil. I guess I'd rather the sunflower oil.
The chicken's cooked in sunflower oil?
Mm-hmm. Everything is a vegetable oil. So that...
I gotta look into this.
That in mind, plus like the cheese doesn't taste like cheese. It's not good quality.
I like the cheese.
I know it's not great quality. I think it's overblown. People are like, oh, it's so good quality. They have keto and paleo and blah, blah, blah now. But I think the ingredients aren't that great.
For what it is, it's pretty good quality.
And when I was doing dairy-free, all I could get was like lettuce and meat.
It's sad. Yeah, the cheese really makes it if you're getting dairy-free.
Yeah.
Next up, chaffles. If you guys don't know what these are, we have a recipe for them. It is basically a cheese and egg waffle. Those are the only 2 ingredients. You cook it in a waffle iron. A lot of people get the mini waffle iron.
Mm-hmm.
Seemingly specifically to cook chaffles, which to me, that's like, you're all in on chaffles.
I wanted mini waffles.
Yeah.
Using protein powder, but overrated.
I'm going to say overrated too. I've never made them since making the recipe video for you guys.
Yeah. It's the last thing on this earth I crave.
Yeah, maybe if you're using it, I could see for like a bun of a sandwich. I've just never done that to get in the habit of doing it, but maybe if I did it once, I would like it and I would do it more times.
And it's a lot of work.
It's not too much work.
You could just fry up an egg and top it with cheese. You gotta heat the iron, you gotta spray, you gotta put the stuff on.
Oh, and if you guys didn't see Dr. Westman, he made the cutest, is it cute? I would use the word cute.
I would use the word cute too, he's cutie.
Yeah. We refer our patients to Keto Connect's food blog. Have you guys heard of chaffles?
He loves them.
It's really good. Yeah.
Apparently.
Now this is Keto Connect. The Matt and Mega have a YouTube channel that's very helpful. I use their channel in my clinic all the time.
Next up, carnivore diet. Very contentious. This is just our opinion, guys.
Slightly overrated.
I'm going to say increasingly overrated each passing day, but yeah, it's slightly overrated.
So my biggest takeaway from hearing people's stories is that you're really just setting yourself up to have more sensitivities than you probably had at the outset, because you're cutting literally all foods out for an extended period of time, and then when you try to bring them back in, shit hits the fan and you're like, oh, I'm sensitive. Whereas I believe once you bring that food back in, your body's just not used to it. Your digestive system's like, whoa, all of a sudden you want to eat a bowl of lettuce? Like, no, of course you're going to feel like crap. No,
People are going to disagree with that.
Opinion.
So I would say a lot of the same things. The good part of a carnivore diet is it obviously stresses the importance of animal foods.
Yes.
That's where you get all of your nutrients from, essentially. So commonly people think it's from fruits and vegetables. People not eating fruits and vegetables and being super healthy is making a lot of people realize like you maybe don't need them, or at least need so many of them. Unless you have like really severe food sensitivities to everything, to me, a healthy person is someone who can thrive on whatever is around them, whatever is present. Throughout history, that's always what it's been. Like the person survives if they can thrive on the widest range of foods.
One caveat is I don't think it's overrated or underrated if you are also including organ meats, like nutrient dense food. You're not just doing like steak and thighs all day long. You know, I think there's a lot more variety you can include. You can include like raw dairy. You can have some caffeine. You can do eggs. You can do salmon. A lot of different things like salmon roe that are really good for you and can make up a carnivore diet without just doing like steaks all day.
Next up, mug cakes.
Oh, so underrated.
Very underrated. Micah was saying earlier when we were planning out this video, she's like, the two food items that have really like blown up lately is egg loaf and chaffles.
Yeah.
And I feel like mug cakes never really had their time in the spotlight.
Yeah, they did in our lives because we used to make them literally every single day.
Yeah.
And I'm going back to it. Underrated because you can use really good ingredients. It's really quick to make. And it's something that I like to consume without feeling bad about it. Like I can have that after dinner. It can fit into my macros easily. It's just like eating almost like real food in my opinion, because it's butter, egg, protein powder. You can get like a good quality protein powder. You can get no sweetener protein powder, and you have a mug cake.
This is the dichotomy. Just going back. Like people will see protein powder and they'll be like, that's terrible, processed foods. But then collagen is like this health wonder food.
Or bone
That's a
broth.
side note.
That's also processed
Or
powder.
bone broth powder. Easiest to make, takes 5 minutes. All the ingredients can be really good quality if you want them to be.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much like a guilt-free thing. The one questionable item would be the protein powder. What is it made from? What's the sweetener? That's kind of the variable. I've been making them for years. Even before I was keto, I would make some crazy ones. Breakfast for dinner. Now, you really have to think this one through, because for a breakfast enthusiast like myself, the initial reaction is to say underrated. I love breakfast for dinner. But when you actually think about it, like I did myself, I realized I like breakfast for breakfast. I like dinner for dinner. I don't like breakfast for dinner that much. So I'm going to say it is overrated.
I'm going to say underrated because I like dinner for breakfast. Like put meatloaf on my breakfast plate and I'm eating it, you know? So for me, why I like breakfast for dinner is because eggs is one of the most filling things for me personally.
Yeah.
And so if I have 3 or 4 eggs at dinner with some bacon, with some avocado, I feel so satiated compared to like egg roll in a bowl where I could eat like 3 bowls of egg roll in a bowl because it's so tasty.
Then we got lettuce wrapped burgers.
Overrated, guys. Overrated.
I'm going to say it depends heavily on the place and the quality of the wrap job.
Are you saying lettuce though or collards? Because collard is underrated.
Collards is probably better, right?
It's underrated.
Yeah.
But we're going lettuce. Butter lettuce.
Yeah, lettuce most of the time is going to be overrated because it just falls apart. It doesn't hold the burger, or they put so much of it where you're like just biting lettuce for 3 bites until you get to the burger.
Yeah, and usually a lot of places will just do like a small bed of lettuce and then a burger on top. And at that point, you're not even eating the lettuce. You're just eating the bunless burger anyway, right?
Yeah.
You never like cut and eat the lettuce.
You
with
don't
your
eat the
burger.
gross lettuce undercarriage, really.
Yeah.
1 meal a day. OMAD.
Highly overrated.
I'm not going to say highly, but I'd say slightly overrated. A lot of these things, this would fall into the category of the carnivore diet for me, where like if done with a healthy mindset, it could be good. But like most people just do it for like hacks because they have trouble sticking to their diet and eating a sustainable, healthy diet, which is very hard, obviously. But I don't think the way to do it is by using all these hacks that you think are going to help and just be like the magic bullet that solves your problems.
But if it works for your schedule, then I think it makes a lot more sense. Like if
Yeah.
you work night shifts or something. But if you're cramming all of your calories into one meal and you find that you don't feel so great afterwards, but it works because you're restricting, then I think, yeah, that's a mindset thing. And I don't think it's something you should continue to do.
I don't ever like doing just like a true one meal a day. I've never done that. It never really worked
We've
that well for
tried.
me. I've tried it. But what's better, and what I would do, like if I used to work 9 to 5, I would do bulletproof coffee in the morning, small lunch. Then I would save most of my calories, maybe like 75% of them for dinner when I could actually cook.
Yeah.
So in that scenario, I kind of like it, but that's not really one meal a day. Keto drink orders from Starbucks.
Overrated.
So we're talking like specialty orders, like from our blog
pink
post,
drink,
kind of like
yeah.
the pig drink. Okay, overrated.
And maybe that's just because I'm like a give me a black coffee type of gal, maybe a little cream if I'm traveling, but black so I can take it home or I can add whatever I want to it. I don't need my 2 ounces of heavy cream frothed and added to like my chai tea without the syrup. It's complicated, but we have the options for you if you like them.
Yeah. No, but when we make those videos and every time I drink it, I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. I like it.
It's just it's a lot of complexity going up to the ordering area,
But
right?
I never really order that. I just get coffee with cream. A side note, and just because one of my most hated adversaries on our planet Earth is Keurig coffee.
Oh.
So this kind
How
of,
are you
it's
an
not
adversary?
Starbucks, but Keurig coffee, guys. It is the worst, probably the worst invention of all time. Makes the worst coffee, litters the ocean. You're heating plastic pods full of really hot liquid and terrible quality coffee. What are you doing with your life?
I had one. I used to drink out of it in San Francisco, remember?
This is more of just like a rant video, I feel like now.
It's fun.
Last one is going to be ketones, exogenous ketones. I think most people think they're completely useless, they suck, and they're like kind of sleeping on them a little bit.
I'm going to say slightly underrated.
I'm going to say slightly underrated too. Not that I'm shilling for prove it, but just they do a little something. They're not a complete waste of money. Are they way too expensive for what they do? Yes. Do most people buy them thinking they're a miracle weight loss supplement? Yes. Do they have a lot of electrolytes? Do they raise your ketone levels for like a couple hours? Yeah, they do those things. So the best use case scenario for me, I say this all the time, is after I go hard at the bar, not really at the bar, more like on the couch. And the next day I would need some kind of electrolyte. So that's why when you're in Las Vegas, all the gas stations are selling Pedialyte.
Yeah.
You can use exogenous ketones kind of in a similar way.
So yeah, traveling is also another great use. So like, time change. Even if you're not drinking and you're like dehydrated or hungover, you can still use them if like you just had a long flight and you're not going to get a lot of sleep. I think they're an energy, they're like almost like a caffeine supplement, right? In a different type of way.
Different type of way, but
They give me
yeah.
a little energy boost. So that I will say is a good use of them. Even I've used them like when I'm fasted and I'm going to work out, but I'm like tired, but I don't want to eat anything or I'm like a little hungry. I think ketones can be a good supplement there.
That's the video, guys. You can check out the other one on The Curve, jointhecurve.com. You got any parting shots like I did with Keurig, basically?
Oh, not really.
You got an update on your Yeezy Boosts?
Yeah,
Oh,
those
you wanted to talk
are underrated. Like nobody's business. And everyone who commented on the video, they were like the most comfortable pair of shoes. Everyone was saying they were agreeing
How
with
do
me.
so many people have $350 tennis shoes? What do you guys do for a living? I don't understand.
I don't know what I
There
do,
was,
but
like-
I wear Yeezy Boost.
There was like 8 people in the comments that were like, yeah, they're really comfortable. I have them.
They're like the best shoe. Guys, no joke. Put a picture of them. I mean, they have so many different styles. I don't know. Get yourself a pair if you have $350 to drop.